So, finding a posture for yourself that feels comfortable and sustainable, and remembering that you can do any of these practices from a sitting posture. You can lay down if you want full body support. You can also do them standing if you would like to be standing. That's also available. And if you feel like in the midst of any of these practices, your body's telling you that you need to shift in some way, like you do need to be moving, please listen to your body and make whatever adaptations are needed, because ultimately that's a practice we're trying to cultivate, to listen to the body and respond to the body. So in whatever posture you found for yourself, just allowing yourself to settle in, to feel the contours of the body, to have a sense of the shape that your body is making right now. To allow your gaze to move inward. So if our eyes are closed, we've sort of limited our visual field. We're not getting that visual stimulation, and that's an easy way to drop in. But noticing what other senses might still be very much engaged in the outer world with sound or touch, and using those as a tunnel or a channel or a portal from the external into the internal, so that our gaze drops into the body, feeling the weight of our body, feeling the points of contact between our body and the chair, the couch, the floor, the cushion. And connecting with the breath. So that with each exhalation, we can allow ourselves to be held more firmly. We can let go a little bit of our control, a little bit of that muscle tension that keeps us in a particular posture. We can let go a little bit of that and just let the piece of furniture do its job. It can just hold us now. We don't need any extra work. Just connecting with the body as it is in this moment. And the beauty of working with the body is that it's always in the present. It's always in this moment. So we can let go of past concerns, future plans, and just for this moment, we can be with our experience of the body right now. The weight of the body, the movement of the body with the breath, all of it unfolding in this moment. And I'd like for you to imagine that you are outside in your favorite park, perhaps in a meadow. Perhaps it's a place you've been to or a place you've seen or imagined. But allowing yourself to sense your body in this space where the sun shines on you, where you feel the earth beneath your feet, where you look around and you see the resplendent beauty of nature. And before you lies a majestic oak tree. The oak, which is a tree that's held sacred by many, many indigenous religions, towers in front of you. And just by looking at it, you can see its age, how long it has been here with its thick trunk, its many armed branches reaching out into the sky. And taking a moment here as you feel your feet firmly planted on the earth, just taking in the breath of this majestic tree. Knowing that for so many religions, the oak tree specifically is a symbol of protection. And that for thousands of years, people have set up dwellings and built cities around oak trees, seeking protection. And imagine yourself now as you approach this tree. Getting close enough that when you look up, you have to crane your neck to take in the entirety of the canopy. Feeling the earth grow uneven as you step on its roots that are close to the surface. Knowing that those roots also extend deeply down into the earth. And connecting again with the breath as you stand here in the shadow of the majesty of this great oak. Almost as if you might feel beneath your feet. If you could feel into the earth, you can feel the thrumming of the life of this oak and its root system. Breathing in that musky smell of earth, bark, of the green of the leaves, of the fresh, clean scent of the air as it moves past you. Feeling the breeze as it touches your skin, moves your clothing, perhaps your hair. And feeling this sense of deep oneness and connection with this sacred space that you're in. And as that wind touches your skin, also hearing as it rustles through the leaves. Perhaps glancing upward and seeing the dance of the leaves in the wind. Noticing the dappled sunlight, the silvery flash of leaves as they move to and fro. and feeling a sense of history. This tree that has stood here for generations, looking out over the land, protecting those who seek shelter. Reaching a hand out, touching the bark, feeling the rough edges. And turning now so that you're leaning against the tree, feeling the uneven surface behind you. Imagining those points of pressure as the tree begins to bear more of your weight. Leaning back, looking out. Your feet now moving more closely into the trunk. Feeling that point of connection between the trunk and the root where they join. Once again, sensing the tremendous energy of the life of the tree, garnering strength from the earth. Feeling beneath your feet this complex process. Nutrients traveling up through the tree to its leaves at the crown of its canopy. This amazing complexity of biology happening. And with each breath, allowing the tree to bear more and more of your weight. Feeling more and more of the trunk against your shoulders, your back, your hips. And now the tree has so much of your weight that you are forced into a position of sitting, almost sliding down the tree. Feeling your back in connection with the bark all the way down so that you are sitting at that juncture where the trunk meets the roots. And perhaps you sense yourself cradled between two of the larger roots, sitting between them in a place that's meant to be hollowed out just for you, that fits you perfectly, where you can rest comfortably, sitting on the earth beneath this canopy, your back against the bark, the roots cradling you on either side. Your feet, your legs, your buttocks now supported by the earth, and your back and your head supported by the tree. Letting yourself be held in this little cradle, this little nest. Held by Mother Earth, held by the majesty of the tree, held in the protection. And imagining now all that this tree has seen in its many, many years here, all that it has borne witness to. Seasons coming and going, periods of dying off, only to go into dormancy in preparation for being born again. Many, many cycles of new moon and full moon, of winter passing into spring, into summer, into fall, of children playing beneath its canopy, of lovers reading one another poetry, all that the tree has experienced, and you too, by sitting here nestled among its roots, have become part of that history. And as you feel your connection with the earth and your connection with the bark of the tree, imagining now that the skin that separates you is beginning to dissolve. And you are becoming one with the tree, one with the earth, one with this history, one with this majesty. Allowing your sense of I-ness to dissolve. Your erect spine now feeling itself the trunk of the tree. Steady, sturdy, unyielding. Your legs stretched out before you, becoming the roots of the tree. Feeling the power that you draw from the earth as you reach down and as you reach out. Sensing the wind moving through your leaves, feeling the dappled sunlight as it touches your trunk. And noticing the movement juxtaposed with the stillness and sturdiness. Just as we notice the stillness of our bodies and the movement of breath lying side by side. And now you have become not only the protected, but the protector. Feeling yourselves connecting the deep earth and the sky as you reach from below up to feeling the leaves move through the wind at your crown. And now you are the sentinel, watching, waiting, observing as seasons come and seasons go. Feeling yourself traveling through the cycles of dormancy, of new beginnings, the heat of summer, your leaves changing with the fall winds, welcoming all of these cycles as expected, knowing that each one bears its own gifts. Sensing in yourself a sturdiness, From this vantage point, you can see the events around you. You can observe what is happening. And you maintain a position as a guardian, as a sentinel, offering your protection, but without having to become engaged in the events. Offering your blessings and your wisdom and your sacredness, but without having to affect the outcome. Sturdy and rooted and grounded, immovable and unyielding, and yet still dancing with the wind. In a moment, we'll begin to experience our physical selves as growing distinct from the tree. But before leaving this space, seeing if there is some aspect of this majestic presence that you might be able to capture, to take with you in some fashion. Perhaps the sense of the roots reaching deep into the earth and garnering strength from the mother. Or perhaps it's the sense of yourself connecting earth and sky. Maybe it's your own sense of history or your role as protector that you can bring back with you. Perhaps it is knowing that you can offer protection and be a sentinel without having to be involved in the events themselves. Connecting with some experience that you can intentionally, just by your presence and by acknowledging it, seal into your body to draw on later. To remember. And imagining now that your skin is returning, that you are becoming distinct, still cradled within the roots of the tree. But now, no longer part of the tree, but sitting at its base, feeling the bark against your back, breathing in the fresh air, listening to the wind rustle through the leaves and the branches. Remembering your rightful place as part of nature. And sensing as you become more separate from the tree that you still carry within you its protection. That you too are sacred. And as we expand our awareness further, we might experience ourselves planting our feet on the ground and pushing ourselves up into a standing position so that we sense our bodies as being separate from the tree. Standing here, still feeling the earth throbbing beneath us with energy and power and protection and mystery. Let's take 3 breaths together to offer any benefit of our practice to all those who are suffering in the world, offering them our hope for ease in their moment of discomfort. And let us leave this practice grounded in our own wisdom, rooted in our own true nature. May we live from here. May we love from here.